Okay, welcome to an install video in relation to the racing radiator guard. Basically, when you buy one of these, this is what you'll get. You'll get the obviously the water guard, the oil guard. You'll get some zip ties if you want to use those, and also some lock wire. I'll show you at the end of the video how to lock wire. But there's 5 different styles of radiator, so I'm just going to quickly run through how easy it is to fit them all, basically. The first one here, hopefully it should come up on your screen here as to what models this fits, but essentially you've got your radiator guard here. Slide the left into the corner of the radiator here. Obviously you don't need to remove the radiator like I have, it's just I can't, as much as I'd like to. I haven't got every single bike in the garage. So make sure it lines up at the top, at the bottom. Put your hand flat onto the radiator. Obviously you'll be doing this from here inside the radiator, but it's just easy for me because it's a really tight fit, and I make each one hand fitted. It's a really tight fit. This is the RSV4 one. As you can see, that's now bang in the middle, nice and tight along the top, and it's not going to come out particularly easily at all. I just recommend either a bit of lock wire just at the bottom here, at the top, just there, and that's not going anywhere. Obviously that covers a couple of models, this one, but it's a good tight little radiator here. We'll go to this one, which is another style of radiator. This one has, as you can see, some fins just at the edge, which stops it from butting up. There's 2 ways it can go in, one against there like so, but I make them so they're super tight just above it. So this one covers the following models that hopefully should be on the screen now. Easy enough to do. I generally make these with a seam at the top, because as you can see, the guard, you can see it 2 different ways, depends which way you prefer to put it really, but I like it at the top so that when it's on, it covers the whole radiator and makes it look nice and clean. But to fit this one, just line up the top, line up the bottom. Again, put your hand in the middle, and then hopefully there should be just a mil or so, just slightly bigger, and then it just clips in nice and tight. Again, a nice tight fitting radiator. A couple of bits of lock wire here. Easy, up to you, but obviously don't recommend that you drive around without any lock wire at all, but at the end of the day they are concave, so they're pushing out on each other, so to come out it is going to be quite difficult. So that's how that one fits. Next one up is the Fireblade. Again, like the Tuono, this one fits up against the edge. Please note, on the Fireblade there's a nice little recess here which really helps loads in relation to putting the Fireblade one on. Slide the left side in, put your hand across it, then as you can see here it slightly overlaps. You just need to clip all the way down. Obviously this is on your bike. Another tight fitting radiator. The good thing about the Fireblade is, because there's a recess all on the edge, there's a mil or so that is underneath the recess, so in essence this doesn't need a lot of lock wiring at all, because it just is not going anywhere because of the recesses on both sides. So that's what it should be like at the bottom and also at the top. I'll just take this out. Obviously if you put this one on too high, it's going to go in this recess, you know, far too easily, and it's not going to happen. Again, likewise, if you put it too low, you're just not going to be able to clip it in. It's just, you know, that odd mil, that 2 mil. I mean, I've done enough of these, I know exactly where it needs to overhang along here, but again, too high or too low, it's going to just cause you some issues. But like I say, I can just tell that just needs to go a little mil higher, just about there, and again just clips in all the way down. Easy as that. Fireblade radiators. This one here is the GSXR. Again, put the seam at the top for this one. This one again has a little recess, and this also covers the following models that should be coming up on the screen. Make sure the bottom's nice and level. That's in there. I'll just put it down a little bit. Again, put your hand in the middle, and this one should just clip in. Again, nice tight fit, and it's as simple as that to fit the water radiator guard. And then obviously I just put a bit of lock wire maybe at the top and at the bottom, but it's simple enough to do. BMW, this is my most popular one. When you get this, just run your fingers. I put a bit of cellophane around here to make sure these don't come loose, but they're pretty tight, to be honest. But if you just put your fingers on there like that, obviously this is on the radiator in your bike, you don't have to take it off. Slide the left side in, get it nice and tight. Then this side, as you can see, is pretty tight, and you need to push this down on this side. That is one tight fitting radiator guard. There's a slight overlap at the bottom just to cover it up, but each one is hand tested before I send them out. But that's as simple as the BMW guard takes to fit. It also fits all years, because I think the plastics have changed on some of the models. However, mine don't fit like R&G, as in they lock onto anything. So these just fit the shape, which hasn't changed on all the different versions. Obviously some models require an oil guard. They obviously don't fit like R&G, Evotech and some of the others, but hey, mine are a lot cheaper. However, basically you need to put your radiator guard in there. I mean, these ones here, like the RSV and some of the Kawasaki's, will fit in place, but they do need securing. Ones like the R1, the Triumph Speed Triple, they're obviously floating, but the same process applies. Basically, if you get a bit of your lock wire, you just need enough to poke through both edges. That should suffice. Now, I like to use it on these water channels along here, basically so that one's going down that side and the other's going that side. That way it doesn't damage the fins, because if you go that way to that way, it can damage the fins. So if I slide this in here like so, let's say I can see that there's a nice little place down here to put it through. That's one side in, and then just the other side of the water channel, we need to get this one in. Thread that through both sides, and then as you're looking at your radiator from the back, you've then got this bit here. All this basically requires is twisting round. Obviously I'm doing this by hand, but you can use pliers, you can use lock-in pliers, specialist wire lock-in pliers, which I have got for lock wiring my bike. Once you've got that on nice and tight, obviously I spend a bit more time and just do it a bit tighter than that. Clip the excess off, push it down, and then do that another 1, 2, 3, 4 times, and as you can see, that is not moving anywhere, and that gives a good bit of protection. To fit the zip ties, there's two ways people do it. I've seen a few pictures of these. Some will stick one through there and then another one through there, but the easiest way to do it is start from the back. Make sure this bit's at the back, because that's the bit you want to hide. And it's just a case, obviously it's a bit easier for me because I've not got the bike off at the moment. Thread that through the other side like so. Then this side, as you can see, especially on a black one, you don't really see it. It's just coming across there like so. Get that nice and tight, pull that tight. That's another way of fitting it with the zip ties. This is the best way I find fitting it, is with lock wire. I think it's neat. Obviously if you've got a black guard, you might see that bit of silver, but you just get a bit of permanent pen, anything on there, it will cover it up. I think that's pretty much covered all the fitting.